Don't worry, mummy. I've got my Leatherman on me. I've seen that film where the geezer gets his leg stuck in between two rocks. I know what to do. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking have it. You was meant to keep rolling, motherfucker. Progress report 2 hours in. Bosh. Whatever. This is all piled up. All down here. All down here. And it goes all the way back there. So in my estimation, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Another 3 weeks. Getting there. Slowly but surely. Sun's starting to drop down behind the...
Hi, Peg. I go with my pinky. Esta grande.
You're here.
Is this my view?
This is our stuff. Featuring the bluntest knife. Rocket's moving. Ratchet strap's not budging. Should probably have safety glasses on. Should definitely have safety glasses on. Okay, that's pinched around there nicely. A little bit, but I can see it kind of moving slowly up because as the rock comes up, the ratchet's wanting to move, but if I let go of that now, it's going to drop back down. Although I can do this. Get that under there. It's okay, I'm quite happy with that. It's just as the rock's obviously coming up, the ratchet strap's coming over, so its hooking point isn't. The tension on the ratchet's gone. I might use that opportunity to, what kind of pivot point it could be sat on. Nowhere. It's getting nice and clear down here, one step at a time. We've not really been out here the past few days. We've had some good news. We had the forest police come round and they have granted us permission to cut down the trees, given us a license, which is fan-dabby-tastic because we have a lot of gnarly shit hanging around at the minute. And at the minute, on a bit of a windy day, you can hear it all sort of, trees are touching one another. Naughty trees. And on the same day, we had our pallets of stuff arrive from the UK, which is fan-dabby-tastic, which means we've now got power tools, chainsaws, everything we need to get stuck in, really. So we've had really good news over the past few days. We've been sorting out bits at home. I built the a doggy bed. We went to look at in the store for like a cage type thing, as Luna's a bit of a guard dog, and at night time she sleeps a lot better if she has a little home to live in. And like a cage that wasn't even her size was like €80. So we decided to build one out of the scrap bits that we had kicking around. Also really important stuff. We got some electrical goods in, and so I've managed to wire up an inverter to a car battery and now we can bring a big speaker over to the land so we can pump it out while we're needing that extra energy. Yeah man, really happy with the progress so far. We've literally been here like, I don't know, 2 weeks now, and we've dealt with loads of legal side of things. Carolina's been dealing with loads of legal side of things, and we're getting further on the land than I even expected. I did not expect to tackle any of this without a digger. But then what do? Do you sit around and just stare at it, you know, or do you want to pick up sticks for the next 3 weeks? Nah man, we want to get stuck into the good shit, don't we? And so now, we've got power tools, we've got licenses, we've got our stuff. We are rocking and a rolling. Made a dog, made a dog crate for Looney out of some scraps that were kicking round. And best of all, some wheels so we can wheel her around. How is it for space? Looney enjoy it?
It's enough for Luna.
Enough for Luna. Yeah boy. So a big reason why we're tackling this by hand, and previously I've said about using machinery, is because we've got to fit a tow bar. We got to fit a tow bar to the 4x4 before we can get a trailer in here and start pulling bits out. And again, we're kind of clearing the land quicker than we expected, and I want to bunch everything up rather than bring in wood chippers, diggers, etc. all at the same time. We've kind of, now we're spending more time on the land. We're going to try to tackle it in 2 sections. This top section being where our main businesses are, where our house is going to be, where our access into the land is going to be. And access is everything. Without access, you know, you can't get the goods vehicles in here to do the big work. As you can tell, we can obviously move it manually. I've got an electric winch coming on its way, which can move 6 tons of rocks, which is going to be really handy. We're just going to sort of anchor it to, say, like some of the big trees, and then pull some of the rocks. But this section is going to be mainly where our agroforestry projects are, and again, here they like to, and in most places when you take on forestry, you get a company come in, they'll decimate the land, huge 12-ton diggers, they'll cut everything, pull everything, and you really scar the land. We want to be as gentle as we can. This forest has built up soil over however long it's been a forest for, and I don't want to mess with that as much as I possibly can. But you know, it's a sense of pride as well. You can kick back at the end of the day and go, look what we've done, look what we've just moved, you know. Incredible, look at this, man. Literally, this was a massive pile of, all you see, this was a massive pile of rocks. And I mean, not just like rocks, I mean, these things are very heavy. Took me half an hour the other day to move that one, about 200 millimeters. And yeah, we're waiting. It goes all the way back here. We have rocks all the way back here. All of these rocks I'm putting to one side so that I can get my 4x4 down here with a trailer. We'll then load them onto the trailer. We can drive them up to where we're going to be building a building up there. These rocks are going to become our foundation of the new house. While I'm doing it, I'm sorting them out into small rocks, big rocks, you know, and it's, you get to know what you've got there. Before, I had no idea about this. And yes, we're kind of double loading because we're sorting through it now, and then we're going to have to put it onto a trailer and move it anyway. But unfortunately, sometimes there's no way around that, you know. Even if we had a digger, I could pile them all up. I'm not going to have the digger when I'm building the building in 6 months' time, so I'm going to have to handball them anyway. And while we started this project, you got like you know, you got fireworks up your ass. So while we've got this energy, we might as well use it and smash into it. Just saying, here I've walked further deeper into the land, and you can't even see. You literally can't see, but that's a pile of rocks under there. We are gaining, you know, thousands of pounds worth of rocks, which are going to build our buildings, which tell a story. You know, when every time we look at that building, we're going to say, damn, we pulled those rocks out of that pile and got them up there, and now they're the foundation of this house. There's nothing more rewarding than that. And this is a big thing about our project. We chose this land because it's got lots of materials on it. You know, look at these fallen trees. It's so many trees. These trees are going to come our fence posts, our gates. They're going to become the roundwood timber framing. It's going to be my roof. It's going to be structural openings for buildings. It's going to be firewood. It's going to be biomass going back into the earth to serve the fruit and nut trees that we build. You know, like I say, we're going to inoculate some into mushrooms and create lots of log piles with shiitake mushrooms on it. It's going to be food for us. You know, it's going to keep us warm in the winter. This is why we chose a site, and it can seem quite destructive maybe taking a forest down. But I've worked in construction industry for 5 years, and let me tell you, buying a new build house is one of the most destructive ways you can buy a house or do a house. Well, we're going to build a house out of the timber that's on this land. 0 mileage. Is going to go from there to there, right? We're going to build our walls with wattle and daub, and it's going to be mainly a clay construction, clay adobe mix. So it'll be clay, which we're going to dig from the land. When I dig for my ponds, when I dig for my foundations, I'll be able to take the clay out of the earth, and I'll be able to put it back into the walls. So once I've got my frame up, we're gonna, you know, make this weaved pattern, and then we're gonna stick earth onto it, and we're gonna have this massive thermal mass of wall, which is gonna keep us cool in the summer and warm in the winter, right from the materials here on this land. You know, we may have to bring in straw, we may be able to get horsehair. We're gonna try and do it with sugar cane byproduct pretty much, because here they grow lots of sugar cane, and so we've had an idea that we can't get straw so much here because they don't really grow fields of wheat here, and we'd probably have to get it in from Spain, or we can try alternatives to what we have here. Nevertheless, you know, most of the construction of the house is going to come from this land. I'm not going to make roof tiles and things like that, but you know, we could get cedar shingles. Cedar's grown on the land, and that's a material we could use if we wanted to tile the roof with a material that's just going to degrade back down into the earth in a couple 100 years' time. This is the point of our project, you know. This is the point of our land, is we want to showcase. You know, I didn't know building. I didn't know any of this 5, 6, 7 years ago. 8 years ago, I took my first permaculture design course. Since then, I harnessed my whole life around learning the skills to be able to come onto this land, and when you find your land, to come to your place and to do this for ourselves, because I don't want to spend the next 20 years, 30 years building other people's houses. And I started in the construction industry from nothing, and I wanted to learn and learn and learn and learn so that I could come on and rebuild my house, build my own house for my family, for my kids, and to be able to show people that we can live more in tune with nature. You know, why would I want to spend the next 40 years of my life paying off a mortgage when in 10 years I've managed to learn the skills? 8 years from knowing nothing at all to learning the skills needed and saving the money to buy land, to come out here and to do this. Yes, I have a partner. It helps very much. You obviously both save together, and you know, we work together. Without Carolina's energy, none of this would be happening. You know, we're going to split this up, and we're going to get cracking, and when we're in some years time, we're going to be able to look back and say, look at the energy that come from us. All the hard work is now in this land, And there's going to be no better feeling every time I pull down my driveway and stare at my house and go, these trees grew here, they harnessed wildlife for a long time here, and now they're raising us. We're animals. They're gonna raise my family, my little animals. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna house us. They're moving on. They're moving on, and they're being used for what they. There's no better material than wood, than timber. It grows, you can replant it. It grows, you can replant it. You know, and all in all, it creates biomass. It creates soil for the land, and it creates housing, firewood, all of them thing there. You know, so stay tuned, motherfucker. Stay tuned.